Our series, Rebuilding America, highlights efforts to build a better world. We all create food waste, but it has a devastating effect on our planet. The Environmental Protection Agency says uneaten food is the most common material filling U.S. landfills and incinerators. The EPA says those uneaten meals are enough to feed more than 4 times the number of Americans who are food insecure. Well, this morning, we introduce you to a group bringing fresh produce from the farm to those in need. Meg Oliver shows us how this growing movement is also tackling the food waste problem.
Under the baking sun, dozens of people work their way through fields in New York's Hudson Valley.
Did you already search all the way over here?
They aren't trained farmers.
Free of the really small leaves.
Instead, volunteers bringing an ancient practice back to life.
So what are you gleaning today?
We are gleaning several kinds of greens: kale, collards, chard.
Gleaning is the process of collecting leftover food and donating it to people in need. It dates back centuries, but has seen a resurgence in recent years, with nearly 300 organizations spearheading the effort across the U.S.
There's just so much need for nourishing food in the hunger relief system.
Martha Elder leads the way every Monday during harvest season, overseeing volunteers from the nonprofit Second Chance Foods. They pick,
Yeah, I'll have another load coming.
sort,
Are you going that way?
I'm going that way.
and wash
Gets all rinsed.
hundreds of pounds of produce to serve more than 300 families in the area.
On an emotional level, knowing that you're helping feed so many people, what's that like?
Yeah, I sit down to dinner at night with my family, and I appreciate knowing that other people are eating because of the efforts of our organization.
Nationwide, almost a quarter of Americans struggle with food insecurity, yet 1/3 of the food supply is wasted each year. That's more than 130 billion pounds thrown away in grocery stores, restaurants, homes, and even farms.
Everything we send out of our kitchen, we would want to feel proud serving in our own homes to our own guests.
That happens here.
You were at the farm yesterday. Now we're in the kitchen.
Yep.
You're making these meals. How quickly will they go out?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. So it went from the farm to somebody's table within 2 days. I say we're the real farm-to-table experience here.
Kitchen volunteers combine collected crops with grocery donations and spend hours chopping and cooking to create more than 1,300 healthy dishes.
So these are people struggling to put enough food on their tables. People with children, veterans, senior citizens. Just so many of our neighbors really struggle with especially nourishing food.
One of those neighbors is 96-year-old Bob Buttiglione.
Jesus, there's all kinds of different foods.
The World War II veteran lives on a fixed income and relies on Second Chance Foods meals distributed from his church.
So what would you do if you didn't have this meal coming once a week?
Oh, what would I do? I don't really know. I don't know what I did before I got the food.
What does that weekly meal mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. This way I don't have to go out every day to buy my food.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Meg Oliver in New York's Hudson Valley.
Learned a new term there, gleaning. It's good to know, guys, that the food is there. It's just a matter of getting it to the people who really need it, and that there's somebody who is doing that.
Yeah, and what was said, I sit down at dinner with my family knowing that people are eating because of our efforts.
Yeah.
That right there is special.
Exactly
A
right.
quarter of people still struggling in terms of food insecurity. Didn't know it was that.
Yeah, in the United States of America.